wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. My Biafran brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to another episode of the Declaration of Biafra. This one is should I call it a town hall, different from Balabulu, Bulabase. Now Simon Ekpanjoku, the BG Prime Minister, now be the chief host of this wonderful program, and I want you to pay all your utmost attention as you listen to the BG Prime Minister about the current situation on ground as we approach or as we await the second day of December 2024. Do me a favor, like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name still remains Amandi Anna Eze. This message is a very long epistle of message. It is 3 hours a message. So what I will do is that I will do it part 1, part 2, and also part 3. Maybe approximately 1 hour or 50 minutes, or depending on the way I take do it. But one thing is for certain, please listen to this message, or maybe I can decide to make it cut it short like 20 or 25 minutes. But one thing is for sure, that this message must surely get round according to, in case of people who don't have access to X, which is popularly known as formerly known as Twitter, sorry to say. So please listen, digest it, and let me know what you think at the comment section. I'll be right back at the end of this video, but maybe at the cutting of this video, I will come back to do the final analysis before I post it to the general public. All right, let's go there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Biafrans all over the world. Good evening, the press that have gathered here. Good evening, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I greet all of you from a location. Today's topic is we must use our gun against the Nigeria terrorists, and of course the Declaration of Independence, Biafra. I want to encourage Biafrans all over the world to stand very, very strong. I want to encourage the Biafra Defense Forces to hold their gun very strong, and they must stand on their ground. There is only one reason you have a gun. The reason is to fight and defend the land of Biafra. Second is to make sure those who come to kill our women doesn't come again and kill and go free. The third is to make sure that our children are protected. And also, we have the reason to go to our farmland and come back without getting killed. These reasons, you must be able to make sure that your guns continue to remain in your hand, irrespective of whatever. As we are getting closer and closer to the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, coming December 2nd, I want you to understand that in the coming days, there is going to be a lot of propaganda, a lot of lies, media propaganda, manipulation. You must not fall for it. You must not fall a victim of their media propaganda. Simon Ekpa is standing very strong on this planet Earth. I am marching strongly, getting stronger day by day. And I want to assure you that Simon Ekpa is not moved by any shenanigan, by any propaganda or name calling. I have decided to come this evening for this emergency space briefing to encourage Biafra people to understand that we are already at the end of the tunnel. And all you should focus on is making sure that the Biafra Defense Forces are well funded to be able to meet the challenges that is ahead of them in the coming months. I am here also to respond to the propaganda that they have been writing against the Finnish foreign minister. I want you to understand that Simon Ekpa is not breaking any law. The Biafra government in exile and both in the homeland has never broken any law. And we will continue to increase the pressure and the defense of our land brutally. Nigeria is a terrorist state, and so anybody fighting Nigeria to defend themselves must be well prepared and equipped. And that's exactly what we have done. We have equipped the Biafra Defense Forces to brutally defend our land. If we don't do that, Nigeria will eliminate us. Nigeria will wipe our history away. But this evening, I've just come to give a special briefing of the Finnish independence, because many of you do not know actually what Finland went through. Today, Nigeria, terrorist state, is planning to do what other people have done. What they plan to do is to enact laws. To enact law that will put fear and instill fear in those people that are fighting for their freedom and even agitating for whatever structure in Nigeria. What they try to do is what other people have done in the past. Russia did it. We were told that they enacted a law that those who are agitating for freedom will go to 25 years imprisonment. I want you to understand that it's a badge of honor. You must be very proud that you are part of the movement that have broken the camel's back. And they will make them to always do the mistake of enacting laws in quest to quench the agitation for the independent state of Biafra. It means that the liberation of Biafra has attained a certain level that it has never attained even after the Biafra war. Because after the war, they did not think of enacting a law prohibiting or saying that anybody who agitated for Biafra again will be put to 25 years imprisonment. Owazirike came, they didn't enact the law. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came, they didn't enact the law. They kidnapped him, and then the Biafra agitation changed with real fighters. And today, they are enacting law that if you are agitating for Biafra, you are going to be jailed 25 years. Do not panic. We will never allow you or allow that such law to take effect. As a matter of fact, they think that we are actually joking in the freedom fighting. The declaration of Biafra is coming. So that law has no jurisdiction over any Biafran born on this planet. It will not. Now let me tell you something. You know, Finland declared its independence on the 6th of December 1917. But today, I want to tell you some of the secrets and some of the stories that you were never told about Finland. Now, I will somehow educate some of you on the history of Finland, what Finland went through. The proclamation of the Empress Elizabeth from 1742, subject of the independence of Finland. This independence of Finland was first mentioned in the 18th century, when present-day Finland was still ruled by the Sweden. Do you know that Finland was part of Sweden before Sweden ceded Finland to Russia? How many of you are aware? You don't know. You don't know that Finland was part of Sweden before Sweden ceded Finland to Russia. And on the 18th March 1742, during the Russian occupation in the Russia-Swedish War between 1741 to 1743, the Empress Elizabeth of Russia issued a proclamation in the Finnish language to the Finnish people, asking them to create a Finland which would be independent from both Sweden and Russia in later years. This particular proclamation led to the preparation to create a kingdom of Finland in 1742. The Elizabeth nephew, Duke Peter of Helsing-Gottorp, who later became heirs to the throne of Russia, and Peter III was proclaimed King of Finland. However, the political situation outgrows the idea of Finnish kingdom, and the concept quickly evaporated. I want you to pay attention. They had, from 1742 until 1788, there was another thing called the Angela Conspiracy. The Angela Conspiracy was a scam in 1788, between 1788 to 1790, as a response to the end Gustav III Russia War. And it included the independence of Finland to some degree. Several people involved were linked to the one-ordained Russian occupation and the plundering of the 1713 to 21 Greater Rot. This still in vivid memory when Finns waged partisan warfare against the Russians. A man called George Magnus, who took no direct part in the conspiracy, had written a proposal for a Finnish constitution. That was in 1786. This particular person later had a role in forming the autonomous Grand Duchy of Finland within the Russian Empire. That is what we have formed today, the de facto government. It's just a replica of what you know as the Grand Duchy of Finland. Within the Russian Empire, as he became the first Governor General of Finland after Sweden ceded the rest of Finland to Russia. And this was in 1809, at the conclusion of the Finnish War. Now, Finland started what they call the rise of national identity. This was according to Professor Heiko, before a nation declares independence. I want you Biafrans to pay attention to the Prime Minister of the Republic of Biafra and Biafra in exile, government in exile, and of course the de facto government in homeland. Before a nation declares independence, it must develop a national identity and certain institutions. That is exactly what the Biafra government in exile and the homeland have done today. We have been able to develop more the Biafra identity, national identity, and of course many institutions of Biafra government. Governing bodies for Finland were developed after 1809, when it was elevated as a nation among nations, as declared by Alexander I, by becoming an autonomous Grand Duchy under the Russian Tsar. The date of Finland met regularly from 1863. The national identity grows simultaneously with a pan-European nationalism. Rundeberg and Lerot created an idealized image of Finnish people and Finnish nature in the 1830s and 1840s. Also, the Snellman was a central person in national romanticism and modern nationality debate. He encouraged the use of the Finnish language instead of Swedish. Among the educated classes, during the Finland language strife, the Finnish mark was introduced as chorus. Today, the Biafrans have introduced a Gemma, exactly the roadmap, even when our own become very complex. While the Finnish introduced the mark as currency, we have introduced the Gemma in this process. This particular mark was introduced in 1860 by the Bank of Finland. Today, Biafra as Bank of Biafra have introduced the Gemma and Biafra coin. This particular mark, which Snellman pegged to silver instead of the ruble, during the famine of 1866, Snellman worked to obtain aid and distribute it in a country with low resources and undeveloped communication. I want you people to understand, I'm not going to give you the entire history of Finland, but there is a reason I've come this evening to tell you that I have become a stone. I have become a stone, and I will be the end of this whole thing. We will hand over freedom to our unborn generation. Not fight, not agitation, not liberation. We are handing over freedom to them. And if you find yourself in the midst of this generation that Samonepa is leading today, you must be very proud of yourself. Today, our motto of freedom or die is Nigerians, we are not, or we are no more. Southeasterners, as Nigeria gave it to us, we cannot become. Biafrans, we must be. I want you to understand that in 18th century, the Finn adopted what they call the phenomenon motto. The phenomenon motto was, Swedes, we are no more. Russians, we cannot become. Therefore, Finns, we must be. Biafra are replicating this today, on this day, 14th day of August 2024, that Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners, we cannot become. Therefore, Biafrans, we must be. It is going to go from here going forward, our freedom or die motto and slogans. My fellow Biafrans, something may shock you today to know that even from the 1917 discussion, the first period of Russification of.
So my people, now here I go take Kotamo because I'm coming back again with the continuation of the video. So like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe. Please continue following this message. Oh, there's a lot to learn from it. This one is just the town hall meeting that happened yesterday, which is the 14th day in the month of August in the year of 2024. So have a nice day. We are coming back with the rest of the video. Make sure you keep up to date and make sure you keep sharing this video for more important of this type coming your way. Bye for now. I'll be right back.